2025 is coming to an end, so it's time to reflect on the year so we can start 2026 on the best foot possible. There's a few things that I think are necessary before you start planning for the next year. It's just important to reflect, to make sure you know things you can improve on, things that you should keep doing. So that's what we're gonna do. So this is where having something like a journal comes in handy a lot. But if you don't have a journal, you can kind of just think-ish, reflect on your past. So the first thing I would say is look at your old vision boards, and see things that you succeeded at and things that you did not succeed at. A lot of the photos in my memory section I actually did end up recreating, which was really amazing. Things that I did not succeed in as much as I wanted to was beauty and health for sure. I definitely ended up slacking towards the end of the year, especially with exercise and such, which is something I do want to get back into. I just haven't had the motivation and set up to do so that's something I'm going to focus on in my next video. Next, look through your goals and see how many of them you achieved or are on the road to achieving. What I did was I had quarterly goals, so every 3 months I would change, adapt, and bring in new goals. If you do journal, you can also look back on your old journals and see how you changed as a person. I know that's a big one for me this year because a lot of my values ended up changing, and the reason why I'm not literally reflecting with you guys or anything is because a lot of stuff is personal to me. I think as I make my vision board and goals for next year, I will share that a little bit more, but this is much more personal to me. I feel especially because this year was a weird one. I don't know if it was a good or bad one, but it was a weird one. I think it's also helpful to think of the best parts of your year and also the worst parts of your year, which you could get from your journal. But it's pretty easy to just remember those things and to reflect on those, what you liked about the situations, what you didn't like, because there's going to be a lot more bests and a lot more worsts coming up. So knowing how to handle that based on literally just reflecting on the past is super helpful. In our lives, we don't take enough time to actually reflect. We just go through life trying to always get to the next milestone. So I feel before we try to get to the next milestone of preparing for 2026, making sure we have the best year, we need to do some reflecting on 2025 first. Once you kind of determine the main changes that you made, the things that you liked best, the things that you didn't quite get to do, that's when you can really start thinking about what you want to change for 2026, which will start to build the foundation of when you start to actually prepare through vision boards, goal setting, planners, etc. And this is why I always suggest having a journal, because if you don't have a journal, you can't do any of this, and it's going to be really hard to prepare for the next year if you have no basis on any metrics of what went well and didn't go well for this year. I mean the past 4 months of my life have completely swallowed me. I would have never remembered anything from January or February because that feels such a long time ago. And I'm happy that I wrote that down because the starting point of the year is super important to reflect on. You need to know how much you've grown and changed. You need to be proud of yourself for that. Life is just hard. Be proud of yourself for even the little things because everything is super important. All the work that you put in this year has been amazing, and even if this year wasn't a great year, it's still an important one. It's still a chapter in your book, and it's still something that you can learn from. So even though I thought that this year would be my best year, and it honestly was really weird, I'm happy that it happened, and I hope that next year is a lot better. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a really simple video. I would do all the reflecting with you, but I'm gonna do that on my own because I feel that's really personal to me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Remember to always be kind and keep on educating yourself. I love you so much. Bye!